Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at the Marvel Legends Quicksilver. I believe this guy is from the Blob wave, if memory serves. He does come in a green variant, so instead of blue he's green. I don't have it, or at least I couldn't find it, I don't remember anymore. Same figure though, at least I think it's the same figure, just instead of blue it's green. Somebody asked me to review this because of his inclusion in the Avengers, and he should be a more prominent character in the next X-Men movie also, so I guess people are looking into buying this guy. Unfortunately, this guy was made at the time when all of the figures were really kind of blah. A lot of them used this same body mold, which is my least favorite of the generic body molds. It's really blocky looking. The musculature is not organic at all. Then we have things like this ugly hand hinge. Just don't need that at all. This hand's not horrible, but we really need an update for this guy is what I'm getting at. For now though, he'll do. It's not a horrible figure, it's just completely cookie cutter and not exciting in any way. So he stands about 15.5 centimeters, or just about 6 inches, right around there. His head, I think, is the only unique sculpt, and it's not bad. I guess it looks like Quicksilver. I'll try to shade him a little bit so you can see. I guess it's okay. The paint on the face is non-existent other than the eyes and the eyebrows, and then the hair is glossy white. Hopefully it's not too harsh of lighting for you to be able to see that though. The eyes are okay, it's just one of those ones where it's really bland looking. And then the body has no shading, no paint on it at all other than the lightning bolts, which I have to say, they're not really well done for being such a minimal paint job. Some parts are really crisp looking, but then others just not that great. It looks pretty fuzzy, pretty sloppy in some places, so it's a little disappointing for such a minimal paint job. I think this is one of the earlier Hasbro figures, if I remember correctly. Hasbro took over, was it the Blob series? Was that the first one, or did Foom come? I don't remember anymore, but he was close to one of the earlier ones. So anyway, let's look at the articulation. The head can look up a little bit, so you can put him in a running pose, but he still has that gigantic neck that this horrible base body has. Neck is bigger than the head, so that's kind of disappointing, but he does look down a little bit. We get the rotation. We get that ugly butterfly joint that does work, but it's just, it looks like a double set of pecs the way it's designed. I don't care for that. Ball hinge does work normally though, so that's a good thing. Bicep swivel's fine. Double jointed elbow, when it's not stuck, it's fine. This is an old figure that I haven't used. I haven't looked at in forever, so it's fine. Double jointed elbow. Wrist swivel, it's the kind I don't like, but at least the sculpt lines up for the most part, so it's okay. And then we have that wrist hinge, which is pretty much useless, and then the finger hinge, which is really useless, so you're going to end up posing him in a running pose with his hand completely straight, which luckily for this guy it works, but for other characters it's disappointing. And then same thing with this hand, same problem. I mean, we still get that dumb wrist or dumb finger hinge, so he's going to end up having, you know, just this kind of pose the entire time, which, like I said, it works for this guy, but it's not ideal. Ab crunch does work, so that's a good thing, I guess. That's fine. Nice ratcheting, good range of motion. Waist twist or swivel works fine. He has wide-jointed hips, which is never a fine thing. It's acceptable, but it's not great. You can get him in a running pose, so it'll work, but it's not ideal. Thigh swivel's there. Double jointed knee works fine, so that's a good thing. We get our shin swivel all the way up here, but these are those legs that have that horrible sculpting. I don't know what they were thinking, just carving round marks in there. It's like they never finished the sculpt and just said, it's close enough, let's just ship it, put it like that, it's cheap, do it. So that's disappointing. But the ankle articulation is technically good. It's just a really ugly foot and shin, but we get really nice ankle articulation, and we get a rocker built into that also, so that's good. And a toe joint, which isn't good looking again, but it is there. So functionality is fine, but it's just a really bland, not attractive, non-exciting figure. You're going to put him in a running pose and leave him probably, which I will show you at the end. That's a horrible running pose. I will show you at the end how you can pose him to make him look good if you really want to. If you're really trying to fill out a Quicksilver spot, that still doesn't look good. You're going to have to get him. He's the only one we have. And he's not horrible, so go ahead and pick him up. I think he's fairly cheap unless his recent popularity has put the price up higher. But grab him, hope for a new one, but in the meantime, grab this one. You won't be disappointed probably, you just won't be too happy about it. So go ahead and do that. And I guess that's it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you didn't, then don't. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see my upcoming figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.